Greetings from Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Degree College, both at Adilabad. This is Saroja Rudrabelli working as a guest DLM Physics. Today I would like to explain electromagnetic induction. Outlook of the talk. First one is electromagnetic induction definition, history of electromagnetic induction, magnetic flux, laws of electromagnetic induction, self-induction and mutual induction, applications of electromagnetic induction, transformer, construction, working principle and conclusion. Electromagnetic induction history. In 1820, Oersted first discovered that a magnetic field is always associated with an electric current. As well as in 1831, August 29, Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction by his famous induction ring experiment. We know that what is meant by electromagnetism. Electromagnetism deals with the electric field and magnetic field and interactions between them. So what is that interactions is that whenever the magnetic field linked with a circuit is changed, an induced current will be produced, as well as a changing electric current also produces the magnetic field around it. Here we can observe that whenever the current I flowing through the conductor, the magnetic field produced around it, the produced magnetic field is always perpendicular to the current flowing through the conductor. And also the magnetic field linked with a circuit is changed, the induced current will be produced. Electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the production of an electromotive force across an electrical conductor in a changing magnetic field. Here we can observe when we increase or decreasing the magnetic flux linked with that circuit, then induced current will be produced. Due to this induced current, EMF will be produced around the circuit. This EMF is called as induced EMF, and this phenomena is known as electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic force is nothing but the energy per unit electric charge. So we can measure the electromotive force in volts. When the galvanometer shows the deflection, it gives the direction of electromotive force. Here we observe that when we increase or decreasing, nothing but the changing magnetic flux is give rise to the induced EMF. Magnetic flux. The magnetic flux is a measure of the number of magnetic field lines linking a surface of cross-sectional area A. In simple words, magnetic flux is the total number of magnetic field lines passed through the surface perpendicular to the magnetic field. In diagram, we can observe, let us consider a small elementary surface and the magnetic field lines or the magnetic field is P, where theta is the angle between B and A. So the magnetic flux through a small surface is the product of magnetic flux density normal to the surface and the area of the surface. So pi is equals B dot A, that equal BA cos theta, where B is the magnetic flux density, A is the area. So theta is the angle between the magnetic field and cross-sectional area A. When the theta is 90 degrees, the flux becomes maximum and theta is equals to 0. So flux will be minimum. Whenever the theta equals 0, so cos 0 is 1. So pi is equals BA. So when theta is the angle between B and A, the angle increases, the magnetic flux also decreases. Unit for magnetic flux is Weber. Electromagnetic induction laws. The first law is Faraday's first law. Whenever the amount of magnetic flux linked with a closed circuit changes, an EMF is induced in the circuit. The induced EMF lasts so as long as the change in magnetic flux continues. So according to Faraday's first law, the changing magnetic flux arises the electromotive force. In diagram, we can observe that the magnetic flux linked with the circuit is changed. EMF will be produced. This EMF is called as induced EMF. Second law. The Faraday's second law tells about the magnitude of electromotive force. According to Faraday's second law, the magnitude of EMF induced in a closed circuit is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the circuit. So, according to Faraday's second law, electromotive force E is equals to minus N into d pi by dt, where N is the number of turns and d pi by dt indicates the rate of change of magnetic flux. So, according to Faraday's law, the change in magnetic flux is directly proportional to the induced EMF. Lenz's law. An induced current always flows in a direction such that it opposes the change which produced it. So, Lenz's law states that the direction of induced current is such that it opposes the change that has induced it. In diagram, we can observe when the north pole of the magnet is moved towards the coil, end of the coil becomes north pole, as well as when the north pole of the magnet is moved away from the coil, end of the coil becomes south pole. So in figure 1a, there is a repulsive force between the magnet and solenoid, and in figure b, we observe that there is a attractive force between the magnet and solenoid. Self-induction. When the switch is closed, the battery starts pushing the electrons around the circuit. In diagram, we can observe when the switch is on, the current will be passed along the circuit. The current starts to rise, creating an increasing magnetic flux through the circuit. This increasing flux creates an induced EMF in the circuit. The induced EMF will create a flux to oppose the increasing flux. So when we switch it on, the current will be produced or flowing that circuit. This induced current gives rise to the induced EMF. So self-induction means that whenever the magnetic increases, it will produce the EMF itself is called self-induction. In simple words, we can say that increasing flux creates an induced EMF itself is called as self-induction. So definition of self-induction is that as the strength of the current in the coil is changed, the flux linked with the coil also changes. Under such circumference, an EMF is induced in the coil too. Such EMF is called a self-induced EMF, and this phenomena is known as self-induction. In simple terms, self-induction is the phenomena such that the increasing magnetic flux produced the EMF itself is called self-induction. Here we can observe that whenever the magnetic flux linked with the circuit is changed, induced EMF will be produced itself. This is called as self-induction. If the number of turns in a coil is N and the flux linked with each turn is pi, then the total flux linked with through the coil is N pi. In this case, the total flux linked with the coil is directly proportional to the current I flowing through the coil. So we can write N pi is equals to Li, or N pi is directly proportional to the current. When we remove the proportional, there will be a proportionality constant or self-inductance. So N pi is equals to Li, where the constant of proportionality L is called the self-inductance of a coil. N pi is equals to Li. So we can write L is equals to N pi by I. The self-inductance L is a measure of the flux linked with coil per unit current. The self-inductance of a coil depends upon the size and shape of the coil. Second, the number of turns n, and the magnetic property of the medium within the coil in which the flux exists. So the self-inductance of a coil depends upon the size and shape and also the number of turns and magnetic property of the medium. And we can also observe that self-inductance does not depend on the current flowing through the conductor or circuit. So differentiating equation n pi is equal Li with respect to time, we get n into d pi by dt is equals to L into di by dt. So in the case of self-induction, Faraday's law and Lenz's law holds good. Hence self-induced EMF in the coil is, we can observe that whenever the magnetic flux linked with circuit is changed, EMF will be produced. This can be discovered by the Faraday. So according to Faraday's law, the electromotive force E is equals to N minus N into d pi by dt. So we can substitute N into d pi by dt is equals to E. So E is equals to minus L into di by dt. Self-induced EMF is also called back EMF. So equation becomes E is equal minus L into di by dt. So L is equals to minus E by di by dt, where E is the electromotive force, di by dt is the rate of change of current. The self-induced EMF produced per unit rate of change of current in the circuits called self-inductance of the circuit. So we can define L as the self-induced EMF produced per unit rate of change of current in the circuits called self-inductance of the circuit. Unit of L is equals to unit of EMF by unit of rate of change of current, or ampere per second. The international unit for self-inductance is Henry. Mutual induction. Mutual induction is the phenomena of production of induced EMF in one coil due to a change of current in the neighboring coil. So the main difference between the self-induction and mutual induction is that the induced EMF will be produced itself is called self-induction, where the mutual induction is the phenomena of production of induced EMF in one coil due to a change in a current in another coil or neighboring coil. Here we can observe that there is two coils, one is primary coil and secondary coil. When the switch or the key is on, the electrons are pushed along the circuit. So the changing magnetic flux in primary coil will produce the EMF in secondary coil. This phenomena is known as mutual induction. Coefficient of mutual induction. At any instant, magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil of current in the primary coil, that is pi is proportional to I. When we remove the proportionality, pi is equals to m into I, where m is the coefficient of mutual induction. The proportionality constant m is called mutual inductance or coefficient of mutual induction of the two coils. Any change in the current I sets up an induced EMF in the secondary coil, which is given by E is equals to minus d pi by dt. So we can substitute where pi is equal to m into I in this equation, we get E is equals to minus m into di by dt. I hope you understood what is meant by self-induction and mutual induction. So now we observe that the sum of the application of electromotive force. Applications of electromagnetic induction is the magnetic flow meters and graphics tablet, wireless energy transfer, audio and video tapes, electric guitar pickups. These are the applications of electromagnetic induction. Now I would like to explain transformer, which is one of the applications of electromagnetic induction. So, definition of transformer. A transformer is a static piece of apparatus by means of which an electrical power is transferred from one alternating current circuit to another electrical circuit. There is no electrical constant between them. The desired change in voltage or current without any change in frequency. Symbolically, the transformer denoted as transformer is a static device which transfers the energy from one coil to another coil is called transformer. Structure of the transformer. The transformer two inductive coils. These are electrical separated but linked through a common magnetic current circuit. These two coils have a high mutual induction. One of the two coils is connected of alternating voltage. This coil is which electrical energy is fed with the help of source called primary winding shown in figure. Here we observe the transformer consisting of two coils. One is primary coil and second one is secondary coil. Whenever the magnetic flux linked with the primary coil is changed, an induced EMF will be produced in the secondary coil. So the principle of the transformer is mutual induction. The primary and secondary coil wound on a ferromagnetic metal core. The function of the core is to transfer the changing magnetic flux from the primary coil to the secondary coil. Here we can observe the magnetic flux is common for both the primary coil and secondary coil. The function of the core is to transfer the changing magnetic flux from primary coil to secondary coil. The primary has n number of turns and the secondary coil has n2 number of turns. The number of turns play major important role in the function of transformer. Types of transformers. Step up transformer. A transformer in which voltage across secondary is greater than primary voltage is called a step up transformer. Here we observe that the voltage across secondary is greater than the primary voltage. So this is called step up transformer. In this type of transformer, the number of turns in secondary coil is greater than that of primary coil. So this creates greater voltage across secondary coil to get more output voltage than given through primary coil. So in step up transformer, the output of the transformer is greater than the input voltage. Step down transformer. A transformer in which voltage across secondary is lesser than the primary voltage is called step down transformer. In this type of transformer, number of turns in secondary coil is lesser than that in primary coil. So this creates lesser voltage across secondary coil. So we get low output voltage than given through primary coil. So we observe step down transformer. The voltage of the secondary coil is lesser than the input voltage or primary voltage. So primary coil conducting lesser voltage than the secondary sorry. So the disadvantage of the step up and step down transformer is that there is no electrical separation between the primary coil and secondary coil. So this is risky for high voltages. And also the winding is common for both the primary and secondary coils. So this is danger for accidents. So in this class we learn what is mean by electromagnetic induction, self-induction and mutual induction, what is magnetic flux and advantages and disadvantages of transformer, which is one of the application of electromagnetic induction. Thank you.